There's about 12 minutes till power, yes. But that's just the backup if it goes down.
Dun, dun, dun. Where's that music coming from?
3,000 reports. Well, chat. Good luck. Subscribe with Prime. Yeah, Twitch, you have to give me your Jeff Bezos money.
Hey, what's up?
The early Twitch users, they blew their opportunity.
I'm trying my son's PS5.
Obviously, you guys are forgiven. That's why we're still here. But now, if you're gonna make it to that side of the Patagonia, it's not. It's a highway for. It's like probation, I think, is what we call it. Yeah, Google is going down.
Where's the aim?
10 minutes before power. Oh. You're getting a lot of YouTube issues.
There it is.
Policing us, nah, man. Because one day, if there's no access to the streaming, you might realize how easy it is. And you'll be like, wow. Now what?
Sticky.
It's not that much. What? All we want is
love,
baby. All we want is love. Are you ready for this one? Look at this, man. We have a. I don't know. Can anybody beat this? That's this one right here. Shout out to Wesley, baby. BLMN activist position. Hold on. Lumen brand. Oh wait, it's for HBI. HBI might move off of that too. Fortunately, it's into the lows. Yeah, Lumen activist. No. All in 10 minutes. BLMN activist. And that's a stock that sounds very political. Oh, Blumen Bands is out back? You're like BLMN activist. Is Outback Steak at? Oh man, that's amazing. Powell, I think they already have it in. So everyone's waiting. Like I already have audio and everything. So Powell's going to be speaking on the outlook, inflation, and the labor market. Following that, he will participate in a question and answer with Brookings David Wessel. They will take audience questions. It will be a great opportunity for more Powell digging into his remarks. Today's engagement is likely the last we will hear from Powell before the Fed's pre-FOMC blackout period starting on Friday.
Sensitivity's off.
Again, a few other Fed officials speaking
not off, but
week,
different from mine.
This is the last word from officials. Hey, you ready? Yeah, I'll have the screen up. I can probably get it up now. You get a short view up as promised. I did not promise that. Don't put that on me. Come on. I expect more from you. And if that's how you're going to interpret my comments, you're really missing out, dog. Again, none of this is a recommendation. And I would expect you to represent me in the proper manner. If not, you a little b-boy. That's how I break it down. I don't mean any offense or disrespect, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'll put it over the position once I make it for now. BLMN,
not used to this.
Leg, yep.
Sensitivity.
They're coming down a little bit. Activists taking a large position. I'm I'm a B-boy been bringing. That's adult B-boy. I'm in a little baby back. Hey, man. BB. Oh, yeah, Wesley, I was going to say, look at this. Bro, 14,000 minutes of Uncle. Who could beat this? I saw like 2,000, 3,000. Has anybody got anything bigger than this? This is crazy, bro. 14,000 minutes of Uncle in a year. Oh, man, that's a lot of Uncle, bro. That's a lot of Uncle. Good, though. It's good for the soul. God bless you, Wesley. Not close to that, but Uncle, what is that? What's the... What? 60 divided by 14,000? I'm so bad at math. That's 233 hours. That's a constant 9.72 days of listening to Uncle. God bless you. I love it. Yeah, that's great. That's great. YouTube as Uncle is taught me good, man. That's what we need in life. Amen. I want to see it. I think I probably listen to, I don't know. I have a lot of Uncle time though. You can watch Jerome Power here. Something like Google should be your friend. But y'all keep coming into my restaurant and saying, hey, where can I get food? I don't know, man. I got a plate right in front of you, but it's up to you, sir. It's up to you, sir. Otherwise, Google is your friend. Again, it's going to start in 4 minutes. I should go pee here. Let me go to the bathroom. Let me go to the bathroom. I'll just leave it. I'll leave the chattering on in the background, and let me see if I can get you. Let me get you something else. I'll give you some chatter as well as some news.
We're going to bring it to you live as soon as he begins. Stick with us. This is Bloomberg. 10 years of meeting. Are we going to see that BlackRock investment into waiting?
We're not in that construction we are underweight equity. We remain underweight equity. But I think what is more important is when we would become more constructive, and we expect to be more constructive at some point in 2023, and having that mechanism of gauging when to turn positive is important, studying the damage of the macro scarring as we rebuild the central bank over time, and also understanding to what extent that damage in the price is going to be critical as we think about when to turn positive, and also importantly,
as sensitivity is off,
it's not going to be the prelude of a decades-long bull market that we have seen in the past. We believe that it's going to be a lot more volatile, a lot more choppy.
Hey, wait a minute, convinced at all that this is a stock market bull run that's going to look like what the last 10 years, and I think the game changer she's really alluding to is what
his sensitivity is crazy.
Scheduled to speak in just a few minutes. Investors looking at his speech for clues on whether rate hikes will start to slow and when. The timing is everything. Joining us now, Bloomberg Chief Economist Tom Orlik, joining us from Washington, D.C. Tom, what's the game changer here? It feels like the Fed has been banging the same drum for at least a year now. What could he say that's new?
So I think there's a few things that have positive for the Fed in the last 2 weeks. Inflation is past the peak. The JOLTS data today shows a little bit of the heat coming out of the US labour market. And of course, having dashed into restrictive territory over the last few meetings, the Fed has now got interest rates closer to where ultimately
this one's going to be different, guys. We don't have much to go off.
Is that Powell will use his remarks this afternoon to pretty much consolidate the market expectation, trailed by other Fed speakers, that there's going to be a downshift in the pace of hikes at the December meeting, coming down from a 75 basis point cadence to a 50 basis point cadence. In the same breath, though, Creasy, I think Powell will very much reinforce the message that the Fed's job is not done, rates have higher to rise into 2023, and they're determined to keep them.
All right, Chadadonia, get ready. Again, you see the video now. Everybody might start getting seated soon. And then we're going to hear from Powell. This is the last time he will speak ahead of the FOMC. So that's the big one. So again, this isn't a Fed meeting where you're going to get an interest rate decision. Like if you guys were here last time, and again, we'll be here, and I'm going to have a lot of research for you by the time we get to FOMC. There it is.
Good afternoon. I'm Glenn Hudson.
I just stop everyone, but we've got to listen now. Good luck.
In the audience today, it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you, both our post-pandemic in-person audience here, packed house, great to see you, as well as our sizable broadcast and online audience. Thank you for joining us today. When President Obama named Jay Powell to the Federal Reserve Board as governor in 2012, no one, including
dude, nothing has happened. Oh no, the statements. Powell signals downshift. We need restrictive for some time. Slightly, somewhat higher than September forecast. Time for moderating, bullish for now. Pre-written statements are bullish. It'll stop after the question is not. Pre-written statements are out. Time for moderating hike pace may come as soon as December. This is the bullish one. Rate peak likely somewhat higher than September forecast. So they're saying the S&P won't change that much. Interesting. That's bullish for now, but watch out though. I think questions and this could change a little bit. The pre-written statement is bullish for now. Again, he's not talking, but he had a pre-written statement that's out. So again, we'll see how this holds up, but everything is going to balance out after the questions, just like the last meeting. So watch out, but we're up now. The pre-written statements are bullish. Again, it's all about how he talks now. But this statement was just, it sounded bullish, very bullish on the statement again.
So today, I'm going to focus.
And then watch your ears, I'm going to turn it up.
Price stability to the U.S. economy for the benefit of the American people. And that report must begin by acknowledging the reality that inflation remains far too high.
Again, this is what it is in the
My
statement.
colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation is a
Wait to the question now.
straining budgets and shrinking what paychecks will buy. This is especially painful for those least able to meet higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. Price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve and serves as the bedrock of our economy. Without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone.
Heard this already.
Without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all. We currently estimate that 12-month PCE inflation in October ran at 6.0%. While the October inflation data received so far showed a welcome surprise to the downside, these are the single months data, which followed upside surprises over the previous 2 months. As figure 1 makes clear, down months in the data have often been followed by increases. It will take substantially more evidence to give comfort that inflation is
That one's not good. The part about
by any standard.
follow-ups.
Inflation remains far too high.
Again, this
For purposes of this discussion, I'll focus my comments on the core PCE inflation, which omits the food and energy inflation components, which have been lower recently, but can be quite low. Our inflation goal is for total inflation, of course, as food and energy prices matter a great deal for household budgets. But core inflation often gives
moderating
a more
a little
accurate
bit of the
indicator of where overall inflation is headed. 12-month core PCE inflation stands at 5.0% in our October estimate, approximately where it stood last December when policy tightening was in its early stages. Over 2022, core inflation rose a few tenths above 5%, and it fell a few tenths below, but mainly it moved sideways. So, when will inflation come down? I could answer this question by pointing to the inflation forecasts of private forecasters or of FOMC participants, which broadly show a significant decline over the next year.
the big moves are happening at the
But
question.
forecasts have predicted
Keep listening, everyone's
just such a
sensitive.
decline for more year, while inflation has moved stubbornly sideways. The truth is that the path ahead for inflation remains highly uncertain. For now, let's put aside the forecasts and look instead to the macroeconomic conditions we think we need to see to bring inflation down to 2% over time. For starters, we need to raise interest rates to a level that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2%. There's considerable uncertainty about what rate will be sufficient, although there's no doubt that we've made substantial progress, raising our target range for the federal funds rate by 375 basis points since March. As our last post-meeting statement indicates, we anticipate that ongoing increases will be appropriate. It seems to me likely that the ultimate level of rates will need to be somewhat higher than thought at the time of the September meeting in the summary of economic projections. I will return to policy at the end of my comments, but for now I'll simply say that we have more ground to go. We're tightening the stance of policy in order to slow growth in aggregate demand, and restore the balance that will yield stable prices over time. Restoring that balance is likely to require a sustained period of trend growth.
And watch if the bonds break out.
Last year, the ongoing real behavior boosted real GDP growth to a very strong 5.7%. This year, GDP was roughly flat through the first 3 quarters. Indicators point to modest growth this quarter, which is likely to bring the year in with very modest growth. Several factors contributed to this slow growth, including the waning effects of reopening and of pandemic fiscal support, the global implications of Russia's war against Ukraine, and our policy actions, which tighten financial conditions and are affecting economic activity, particularly in interest-sensitive sectors such as housing. So we can say that demand growth is slow. We expect that this growth will need to remain at a slower pace for a sustained period.
W's, but that's pretty much the same he said.
Despite the tighter policy and slower growth over the past year, we have not seen clear
high on bonds
on slowing inflation. To assess what it will take to get inflation down, it's useful to break core inflation into 3 component categories: core goods inflation, housing services inflation, and inflation in core services other than housing. Core goods inflation has moved down from very high levels over the course of the year, while housing services inflation has risen rapidly. Inflation in core goods and housing has fluctuated, but shown no clear trend. I'll discuss each of these items in turn. Early in the pandemic, goods prices began rising rapidly as abnormally strong demand was met by pandemic-hampered supply.
Might trade like the minutes here.
Reports from businesses and early indicators suggest that supply chain issues are now easing. Both fuel and non-fuel import prices have fallen in recent months.
Again, everything he's saying, the algos already
have moved down.
So it's all pre-rated.
While 12-month core goods inflation remains elevated at 4.6%, it has fallen nearly 3 percentage points from earlier this year. It is far too early to declare goods inflation vanquished, but if current trends continue, goods prices should begin to exert downward pressure on overall inflation in coming months. Housing services inflation measures the rise in the price of all rents and the rise in the rental equivalent cost of owner-occupied housing.
This was the minutes.
Unlike goods inflation, housing services inflation has continued to rise and now stands at 7.1% over the past 12 months.
Alright. Playing until my son gets back on his PS5. The sensitivity is different than mine, and his buttons are sticky.
Market rate on new leases is a time-layer indicator of where overall housing will go over the next year or so. Measures of 12-month inflation in new leases rose to nearly 20% during the pandemic, but have been falling sharply since back.
There's the pop now. If it could keep going, it'll
as
look a
figure
little
3
different.
shows, however,
But you're above the
overall housing services
39.73.
inflation has continued to rise
There it goes.
as existing leases turn over and jump in price to catch up with the higher level of rents for new leases. And this is likely to continue well into next year. But as long as new lease inflation keeps falling, we would expect housing services inflation to be falling sometime next year.
They're about to match up, or now they have to catch up.
How they know?
Core services other than housing, and this spending category covers a wide range of healthcare and education,
Damn. Oh, what the hell? Thank you.
I watched 3995, 996 on SPX. That volume is the cost down.
Keep going, my price. The labor market holds the key to understanding inflation in this category.
Kill
In the
him.
labor market, demand for workers far exceeds the supply of
Kill
available
him.
workers.
I put $10 over there
Nominal wages have been growing at a pace
for you.
well above what would be consistent.
We've been duped.
Yeah,
me and Martin are scammed.
How'd you get scammed? Ah, I hit the buttons.
The labor market.
Because
Signs of elevated labor market tightness.
we saw a Black Panther Happy Meal box as an advertisement, and they didn't give
The
it.
unemployment rate
What?
was much higher than the 3.5%.
That's the same thing you got.
Without major signs of tightness.
What you got?
Employment was still millions below its level on a year.
My motherfucking sauce.
Down. Oh, he is up here. He is up here. Your sensitivity's fucked up.
Good tower.
Alright, I'm out.
Growth reveals a current labor force shortfall.
Oh, I got barbecue.
3.5.
How do you shut
This
it down?
shortfall reflects the
Oh, come on, I got one.
population growth and the lower labor force participation rate.
Huh?
Participation dropped sharply a few months ago.
Technically, he hasn't said anything.
How do you...
The summary thing in the statement is pretty close, but everything else is exactly the same. So just be careful on this stuff.
How do you turn it off?
Wow.
The game.
You were at Allen right, change the right button.
This one?
Yep.